Hey everyone, this is just a quick video on how to create a button that will select all of your controls. It's a good idea when you set a key for one control as you're doing the tail bounce to set keys for all of those controls so that you know that everything is keyed on a particular frame. You can use this not only for this but for other rigs as well when you have a certain group of controls that you select repeatedly as a group. We're going to create a button and put it on a shelf that will allow us to grab all of our controls at once just by clicking on that button. So the first thing we want to do is create a shelf. This is the shelf area up here, and it's got a number of different shelves that are part of the default in Maya. We want to create our very own custom shelf because if we create a button now, whatever shelf is active is where that button will show up. And it could go on the animation, but you can see here I've created a couple before, but it's a good idea to have it as a custom shelf. So the way we'll do that is we'll come over here where this gear is on the left hand side of the screen, click on that, create new shelf, and we'll call it tail ball, and hit OK. And that creates a new shelf for us. You can see the tab is right here, and there are no buttons on the shelf at this point. We're going to use the script editor to help us out with this. The script editor is a listing of everything that happens while you're working in Maya. So since I started Maya in this session, this is all of the stuff that Maya has done. Most of it is all background stuff. I don't really care. We're going to use this as a way to create our button. So I'm just going to put this off to the side a little bit, make it a little smaller, put it off to the side, and I'm going to go to Edit and Clear History. And it clears out everything that happened before, and now we'll use it to help create our button. So what I'm going to do is go through and shift select all of my controls. Every control on the rig I want selected. And you can see that as I select these, ignore the error message, it's just something that comes up. There's something missing in my install. But you can see that as I'm shift selecting these, it's adding a selection to the script editor. So I'm just going to go all the way down, select all of these controls. And again, you probably won't get this error message. There's just some DLL that's missing in my install. So we'll just ignore those. So now I've got all of my controls for excuse me, all of my controls for this particular rig. And I'm going to come up here to this button, little diskette over a shelf, and I'm going to click on this. That's our create shelf item button, and we're going to call this, it says enter name of new shelf, and we're going to call that tail ball controls, which is probably a little long for the button, but why not? We're going to hit OK, and we're going to save the script to the shelf as a Mel script, and there's our button. We'll close the script editor, we're done with that. And if I deselect those, now when I click on this button, it selects all of the controls on the rig, and I can now set a key for everything. And then I come out here and I'll grab one of these guys and rotate it and rotate this. So I've just got these two rotated. Then I'm going to click my button again and set another key. So now those are my two controls that are moving, but if I click on this control here, which is when I didn't rotate, you can see that there's also a key on frame 9 for that, just like there is for this control here. There's a key on frame 9, there's a key for this one. So this is a really handy way. You go through one time, create the button, put it on your custom shelf, And then when you want to set a key for a particular frame, you just hit that button, and it selects all of our controls. There we go. And sets a key for it once you hit S. So I hope that helps. By the way, these buttons and this shelf are specific to the installation of Maya that you're working in. So if you create this on your computer at home and then bring your scene into class, you won't have this shelf because the computer in class doesn't have your button as part of its startup routine. So if you want to know how to move those around, I can do another video that shows you how to move those. It's really simple. But typically you're just going to be using this when you're working, and then you'll be doing a play blast. So you may or may not need it in both places. If you do, I can show you how to do that as well. All right, thanks, gang.